Hey guys, it's Allison here, and next up in my test kitchen is the new Speedy Lasagna. I have tried a version of this out of the Epic Life guide that you get when you buy the kit, but this is going to make it even easier because the seasoning is all in this package. So I'm again going to make two versions, one vegetarian and one with beef, just to show you how versatile it is. I have the oven ready lasagna noodles. These are not gluten-free, so if you are, celiac, or you're doing a gluten-free diet or whatever it is, look for gluten-free noodles. You might have to cook them ahead of time so that they're sort of parboiled, because these are oven ready, don't really need to be baked all that much. Yeah, so other things that I have got. The vegetarian one is also going to be lactose-free for me, so I've got some lactose-free cottage cheese, and I'm trying to drain out some of the liquid. I couldn't find ricotta cheese. When they come up with a lactose-free ricotta cheese, I will be very happy, but until then, I'll just use cottage cheese, because I was quite excited to find that in my grocery store. And then I've also got a couple of eggs. Everything is on the back. And also in my vegetarian one, I'm going to add some zucchini. So I'm going to show you talk about some adaptions as I go. But first up, I'm going to cook my beef ahead of time, and then we can start assembling. All right, so I'm going to start with the veggie one. And your first step is to add the seasoning mix into 1 can. It's 398 mils, which is 14 ounces. So I have a large can, which is great because I'm making 2 different lasagnas. So I'm just gonna put some into a different container for the meat lasagna. This is going in this one for the veggie lasagna. So you just need to mix this in now. The instructions say to add 3/4 of a cup of water, which I have done into the one for the meat lasagna, but I'm not going to do it for the veggie lasagna because I'm adding the zucchini, which has a high water content already, and I don't want the lasagna to turn out runny. Also, my cottage cheese is a bit runnier than the ricotta, so again, all those things combined would make for a runny lasagna, so especially if I added extra water. So this is just the seasoning mix from the packet in with the crushed tomatoes. And now I need to whisk 2 eggs, and then I'm going to stir in my cottage cheese. I'm also not going to add the eggs to the meat lasagna because it has meat. It doesn't need the extra protein. And now I need to add 4 cups of baby spinach. I think I might just take a little moment to sort of rough chop some of this. Okay, and before I start to assemble, I'm going to slice my zucchini. That's all mixed together. Now, I like my zucchini to be fairly thinly sliced, otherwise it doesn't completely cook. So I'm using my mandolin. This is the blade that has the 1.5 millimeter, just as straight slices, as you will see. It's kind of a scary tool, but just go carefully. And it gives you nice thin slices. Now I make a pretty good lasagna already, according to my husband, but my lasagna does take about 3 hours start to finish. So I'm pretty excited to try this out, because if I can make a lasagna in not too much time, I consider that a win. Okay, That's as comfortable as I am getting my fingers close to that plate. Okay, so we're gonna set those aside, and we're ready to start assembling our veggie lasagna. Now I'm gonna assemble it in our multi-purpose steamer. And yes, I am going to put this in the microwave. That's what makes it speedy. But I am gonna put the meat one, I think, in the oven. So, okay, so what do we need to do? Half a cup of tomato sauce on the bottom. Get my cup measures. So again, this is quite thick because I did not add the extra water. All right, so half a cup on the bottom, and then we are going to layer 3 noodles. Breaking them to fit. Breaking them again. There we go. Okay. Half of the spinach mixture. Oh, first I'm actually going to put down some of my zucchini. About half of my zucchini. You could also grate the zucchini. Again, I find the grated zucchini has even higher moisture content. I think grating it just kind of breaks up the natural fibers and releases the natural moisture in the zucchini more than slicing it. So just watch that and factor it into your sauce needs. Sorry, I'm just trying to gauge how much zucchini I have. All right. Now we need half of the spinach mixture. Half cup of sauce. And more noodles. We just repeat. When you get to this last layer, you're going to add your sauce, the remaining sauce. And then this part is not in the instructions, but our family likes cheesy lasagnas, and I have lactose-free Swiss cheese that I like to add to my own lasagnas, so we're going to add a layer of that on top. And then this goes in the microwave with the lid on for 15 minutes. Oh, and then it says top with grated cheese. Okay. See, read the instructions all the way through before you start the recipe. That's a good idea. So we'll save those, cook this, and then put the cheese on. So 15 minutes in the microwave. Okay, now onto my meat one. So I've got in here the crushed tomatoes, the seasoning packet, and 3/4 of a cup of water. And I'm gonna add my cooked ground beef. There we go, it's like I slaved over it all day. And now we're gonna repeat the process, only with the ricotta cheese. So I'll leave that out. Just gonna give this a mix. Now you could totally use frozen spinach for this. I would just drain as much of the water out of it as possible. Because again, you don't want your lasagna to be too moist. So again, with Epicure, you can customize these to your family's tastes and desires. Mine desires lots of cheese. So I'm gonna add extra mozzarella in with the ricotta when I layer it. So I'm using the mandolin again, only I have the blade that does slightly thicker slices. This is the 3.5 millimeter blade. And yes, I could grate my cheese, but I find this is a lot easier and simpler to layer on as well. Okay, we're gonna start there. Cut more if I need it. Let's start layering. I think I'm gonna add the cheese in here. Then the noodles, then the ricotta. Okay, so that's the meat one done, assembled, and I will put it in the oven. Now, how long? Gotta cover it with foil. which again probably means that I shouldn't have the cheese on there just yet. We are learning as we go. I don't normally cook with this type of noodle. So I'm going to cover this with aluminum foil, cook it for 15 minutes. Take the foil off, put the cheese on. Sorry, I'm cooking it for 25 minutes. Take the foil off, put the cheese on, cook it for another 15 minutes. Veggie one has finished in the microwave. Let's see what it looks like. Quite hot. Just want to check the doneness on the noodles. Yeah, they're still a bit chewy. So I'm going to add my cheese and I'm going to put it back in the microwave. I'm going to say 5 more minutes. Okay, so I gave this an extra 5 minutes with the cheese on it. Let's see what it looks like. Well, that looks much better. Yeah, noodles are nice and soft now. So that is done. So a total of 20 minutes in the microwave plus the prep time. What, maybe 5 minutes prep time, 10 at the most. So we're looking at 35 minutes and you've got lasagna on the table for your family. My daughter and I will be trying this later, but first she has soccer practice, so I guess I will try it first. The meat one is still cooking. You could do the meat one in the microwave like this as well, but I don't have 2 multi-purpose steamers, so kind of out of luck. Thanks, guys.